welcome to DCTV News. This is Patrick Hayes. Today on the programme we'll be talking about Donald Trump's recent US election win, Brexit, and the Iraqi campaign for Mosul. Tuesday this week was probably the most important day this year for Americans, the US election. After a lengthy presidential campaign, Donald Trump won the election with an electoral vote of 279 against his Democratic rival Hillary Clinton, as shown in this virtual White House. Here is some footage of the polling booths on election day. Trump has won 275 electoral votes, giving him a majority against Democratic.
Hello, now for today's weather. It's currently 24 degrees Celsius with a top of 31 in Singapore, and is the same for the most of southerly countries in Southeast Asia. It is currently 24 degrees Celsius with a top of 32 in Thailand. It is 17 with a top of 23 in Vietnam and 19 degrees Celsius with a top of 22 in Taiwan. There's a high pressure system in the north of Southeast Asia and is slowly coming down to the south. And that is all for the weather, folks. See you again later.
We now cross live to our foreign correspondent on the outskirts of Mosul, the stronghold of the so-called Islamic State covering the Iraqi Kurdish offensive to retake the city. Hello, Maddie.
An estimate of 200,000 to 1 million civilians are expected to flee Mosul during the Iraqi Kurdish offensive and will be evacuated to refugee camps.
Theresa May has vowed to carry out Brexit in full despite a High Court ruling on leaving the EU. In her first comments on the ruling, Mrs May said, "This may appear to be a debate about process and the legal argument is complex, but in reality there's an important principle at stake. Parliament voted to put the decision about our membership of the EU in the hands of the British people. They made their choice and did so decisively. It is a full responsibility of the government to get on with the job and to carry out the instructions." The Prime Minister said MPs and peers who regret the referendum result need to accept that the people decided and is calling for unity on taking Brexit forward.
I think what we all have to remember, and what MPs and peers have to remember, is that we had a vote on the 23rd of June. The British people, the majority of the British people voted to leave the European Union. The government is now getting on with that. I want to ensure that we get the best possible deal for the UK as we leave the EU. That's the best possible deal for trading with and operating within the single European market. But alongside that, the UK will be a confident, outward-looking nation, taking its place on the world stage, looking to build relations.
However, Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn says his party will block the Prime Minister from triggering Brexit unless she agrees to the Labour Party's Brexit bottom line, which includes access to the single market.
Well, it's being appealed by the government, so we don't know the outcome of that appeal will be, but it does mean that Parliament is going to have to take a decision when the government...
A few weeks ago, Juilliard's Catherine Anderson visited Dovercourt to help with the Juilliard Lord Angler music programme. She attended orchestra rehearsal on the Wednesday of the week she arrived and class music sessions to give students tips on how to improve their music.